Live from Pix 11 with today's top 11 stories. It's the Pix 11 Midday News with John Muller.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Midday with me, John Muller. Here are your top 11 stories on Pix 11. We start out with the kickoff of WorldPride weekend in New York. Pix 11's Kirstin Cole reports from the West Village.
As the millions of people who are converging on New York to celebrate WorldPride weekend are coming together, the NYPD has been working together behind the scenes with organizers for months in advance of this event. The parade is just one of many that are going off this weekend, but they are working to ensure everybody's safety. An explosion of joy, celebration, and pride will be on full display this weekend as WorldPride collides with New York's annual parade. But with any large-scale event in New York, security is paramount.
There is no place for hate in New York City of any kind.
New York's top cop speaking to one of the main concerns as the crime rate has plummeted in New York. Hate crimes have spiked, up 64% compared with this time a year ago, based on sexual or anti-Semitic crimes, anti-black and anti-white. It makes the parade a potential tinderbox on an international stage that the NYPD vows to keep from igniting.
After the Pulse nightclub attack in Orlando, we had to reassess what the event meant in terms of security.
The NYPD's answer has been a 100% increase in arrests by the Hate Crimes Task Force. The biggest challenge on Sunday, the vast geography this party covers. The parade route, 2.5 miles long, 3/4 of a mile longer than prior routes, with 42 more floats and 80,000 additional marchers, and a massive after party in Times Square. And for every one of the thousands of uniformed police officers you'll see on the street, as well as the men and women in tactical units, the drones, the K-9 units, know that there is so much more intelligence that has gone into pulling off this event safely for the millions who will be here from an international crowd. Security expert Sal Lifrieri retired from the NYPD after working in intelligence.
The problem with this parade is that you have so many different groups and organizations and persons out there that want to do something bad to people participating in this parade.
A singular attacker, like the one that drove a truck onto the West Side Highway bike path, killing 8 people and injuring a dozen, is the toughest to police for.
The department has a phenomenal intelligence operations that rivals national countries. The thing that always concerns us at this point is the homegrown violent extremist, the person who feels that they want to go out and act on their own. Those are the most difficult.
Back out here on Christopher Street in front of the Stonewall Inn, thousands of people are going to be filling the street in just a little bit. 6 to 9 o'clock tonight, they're going to hold a rally to commemorate the 50 years of advancements that they've seen since the Stonewall uprising, but also focusing on the protections that still need to be in place for LGBTQ people across our nation and the world. We're in front of the Stonewall. I'm Kirstin Cole, Pix 11 News.
Kirstin, thank you very much. Number 2, a Long Island woman accused of killing her 2 twin daughters. Tania Campbell charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. According to court documents, Campbell admitted to killing her twin daughters, Jasmine and Jada Campbell, quote, with her bare hands. In a recent Facebook post, Campbell said how difficult it was raising the twins.
We heard the baby screaming extra, like, just it was kind of disturbing, but, it was like, maybe they just had a bad day. And I told her she needed any help, but sometimes, I guess it's hard to reach out for help.
Anything to say to us?
Campbell also has a 4-year-old son. He was with his father at the time and is unharmed. Number 3, police looking for a registered sex offender who molested a woman on an L train in Manhattan yesterday. Police say 67-year-old Gian Verdelli has 168 prior arrests. If you see this guy, call the cops. Jersey City, now the largest city in the Garden State to ban single-use plastic bags. This is an effort to fight global warming. The EPA says by 2050 there will be more plastic by weight in the ocean than fish. The average American family uses 1,500 bags per year. New York State's statewide ban takes effect next spring. Well, the legacy of Junior Guzman Feliz will live on in a new 2-week summer camp called Camp Junior. Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. allocating $1 million to the 2-week program. He greeted the first group of campers at Harriman State Park today. Camp Junior is a free 2-week sleepaway camp for Bronx youth established in memory of the slain teen. Number 6, Governor Cuomo visited the Western Wall in Old Jerusalem today as his third Israeli trip continues. Cuomo expressed his interest in the history of the Jewish people and signed a guest book right there at the holy site. The governor's latest trip is in reaction to an 83% spike in anti-Semitic crimes here in New York. Number 7, the second set of 10 candidates took the stage last night in Miami for the first round of Democratic presidential debates. Senator Kamala Harris roundly considered the winner, commanding attention throughout and attacking frontrunner Joe Biden.
It was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country.
The second round of Democratic debates will be held at the end of July. That'll take place in Detroit. Number 8, your forecast. Summer heat continues today under mostly sunny skies. Temperatures going to top near 90 over much of the area. Strong thunderstorms arrive tomorrow as a cold front moves through the region. Well, during the afternoon and then Sunday be the better half of the weekend under partly cloudy skies with lower humidity. There is a warning for New Jersey residents. Health officials are urging people not to swim in the state's largest lake after a dangerous algae bloom was spotted from overhead. Lake Hopatcong, people are also advised not to touch that water. They're advised not to eat any fish that's caught in it. This algae can cause skin rashes. Pet owners are warned to keep their cats and dogs away from that lake. And number 10, if you're headed to Central Park today, you are in for a treat. Belvedere Castle is reopening to visitors. This comes after a $12 million restoration project. New windows were installed, a complete overhaul of the exterior. It features a geothermal system now that keeps the castle warm in the winter and it keeps it cool in the summer.
I think one of the most beautiful elements that we were able to recreate is actually we put back a recreation of the wood tower that was part of the pavilion that really serves as a way to sort of frame and encounter the tower in the castle.
Now, this project took more than a year to complete and it looks great. Finally, from the Pix 11 archives, 50 years ago today, or actually yesterday, Judy Garland's funeral held in Manhattan. The beloved actress had died in London at the age of just 47 a week earlier. Thousands of New Yorkers turned out to mourn Judy Garland. Here's what some of them told the Pix camera.
11 alive.
She looked gorgeous. She really did. I only hope she's happy.
I never saw her before, and I wanted to see her. And, well, I just wanted to see her.
Have you ever seen any of her movies?
Yes.
Which one?
I saw The Wizard of Oz.
I couldn't understand why she loved London, because I guess that's why Liza brought her back to New York, because New York loved her. And New York fans would give all. They just adored her in every way possible. They adored her. And one thing is that her songs won't be sung again, and this is heartbreaking because she could come on a stage and whether it was 1,000 or 100,000 people in the audience, they'd go wild for her, and it was beautiful. And she was fabulous. She was just a beautiful woman on a stage.
She really was fabulous.